Okay, great. So a no-till gardening tip. Just go ahead and decided to go ahead and turn these rib beds here. Once we get rid of this stinking grass, we'll have to come back and hoe it out. But I want to share with you, no-till. I've not fertilized this or anything this year, and look at how green that is. All this vetch is just fixed nitrogen in all winter, and look at this nice collard plant that was planted back in the autumn, and it just has survived. And all these collard plants here, this is just good stuff. Nice, green, healthy. Kind of small because and notice I've not watered any of this. No drip irrigation, nothing. Just nothing but rain. So that's one of the reasons why it's not as big as some of the other things. Like the buckets here and things like that, because I just haven't been watering them regularly. It's just been depending on the rain. But what I've decided to do, because I don't have the back strength to really try to plow this up and turn it under again, I'm going to just let it stay here, and I'm going to convert this to a no-till or zero-till approach. I mean, I've done this before and it works pretty well, but what I'm going to start doing is, as you can see the garden here with the collard, with the turnips and the Swiss chard, I'm just going to let that grow, and I'll be eating from there. We have some flowers here and some other eating greens here, and that's what I'll eat from this year. And then this right here, what we do is we take our topsoil there, and we'll be trucking that in here. And as you can see, we've got some coffee grounds and tea and things like that we're just going to be putting here. And we'll just be layering this up with, between just kitchen compost stuff and coffee and tea grindings, leaf mold, and that topsoil here and over there. Okay, and so that essentially this becomes our compost bed, and I'll do that here for a year, and also hopefully we can get some fishing in here in the next week or so. Plan on taking some of those fish guts and the carcass of the fish after I clean them and everything. Guess what? Just gonna bury it right here. May just put it on top and just cover it up with some topsoil there, and that way this bed and that bed for a whole year are basically doing nothing but composting it. Now think, this is just after one winter of cover cropping, and look at how incredibly healthy these few plants are. And I'm not really doing anything. I'm just too lazy to get out here and not lazy. It's just, seriously, my back is getting to the point where my back's not in so much pain as it is just I'm not able to do so much of the heavy lifting and things that I used to do. Even working with the big, long, broad fork and the long handled tools, it's just a little bit too much for me. And so I'm having to change tactics a little bit. And that's the great thing about gardening. You can do whatever you want. You can experiment with whatever you want. And so the next thing we need to do now is just come here. And as you can see, we've already got this grass coming in. And the only way to deal with it is to come back with my hoe and just start here, start chopping it up and pulling it out. And just like I did on the outer edge last year about this time. And but as you can see, only about a third of the garden is in production, and the whole point is that this hairy vetch in here is already gone to seed, and that seed is gonna just eventually sprout and come back up in the autumn when it starts getting cool again. It'll come back up and it'll just grow up and it'll die down again and it'll be fine. And so basically I'm gonna just kind of let it go like that. That way it reduces the amount of work that I have to do, and I'm always looking for ways to reduce the amount of work I have to do out in the garden, because I mean, let's face it, I mean we live in an incredibly busy world, and the whole point of all this organic approach is so that the garden can kind of just produce all on its own, and all you're doing is just kind of cultivating it a little bit and putting maybe some parameters on whatever you want it to do. But instead of me just being out here doing all the work, why not let the garden do the work itself? Because the garden is designed to take care of itself. I mean, that's how the earth does. The earth, look at all those woods there. The earth produces all on its own. We don't know how it's done. It just does. But when it comes time for the harvest, we put the sickle in because it's time for the harvest. And so that's pretty much how that's done. And so we begin, probably document this and give you some updates on the zero-till method of gardening, and without having to truck in all kinds of hay and straw and stuff. Zero-till, using only the stuff right here, leaves, topsoil, stuff that I have right here, growing your own cover crop, letting it fall down, leaves and layering, all that kind of thing. So that's what we'll be doing. I'll be documenting that process as well. So check out greenhorngardening.com/claim. I got a nice little download you can get on how to make and use organic fertilizer. And note again, I said that I had put no organic fertilizer here, and look at how incredibly lush and green these guys are. Look at how well they're doing without any external stuff put in. Now, I have put things in here in the past, but this is the first time I've not put anything in, and look at how well they're doing. It works. It really does. It just takes time and effort and a little bit of knowledge, and you know, I need to get out here and try to clean up some things, but other than that, it's doing pretty well. And as you can see, we got some little compost here and some tea grounds there, and this should turn out pretty well. A lot of sprouting collards that didn't die off, a lot of turnips and whatnot, but it's all good stuff. All right, I will talk to you guys later.